Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Steve Cooper, food app critic for tokemag.com. Before I get this review going, I want to remind everybody, all you app developers out there or fans of food apps, Toke is now in the process of accepting nominations for the 2012 Food App Awards. It's free to enter an app, so if you have an app you love, let that developer know, and if you are a developer, go to the website, tokemag.com, and submit your app. So now let's get into this app review. First and foremost, this is called Divvy. It is available for the iPhone, and it's only usable for iPhone 4 or newer models. It is $2.99, and let me tell you, it is worth every penny. It is it's more than a tip calculator. It's like a bill divider. But it's not just like any bill divider. I mean, that sounds really boring when I throw it out there in the beginning, right? What this does is you take a picture of your bill, your check at a restaurant, right? And it has OCR software in it, optical character recognition software that scans your check. Okay, and I've already scanned one here, and what you do is it walks you through the process and says, okay, show me where the total of the bill is. So you click the total of the bill, okay, and then it says, okay, now where is the tax on this bill? So I go here and I click on the tax, and then it says, okay, now show me where the tip is. And this bill does not have a tip included. The party was too small, so no tip. And then if I had any coupons or discounts that they awarded me, it wants that identified as well, not in this case. So it then goes through and just highlights, recognizes all the individual items on this check, okay? If it looks good, move on to the next screen. And I can tell you that I scanned lots of checks with this, and it was extremely accurate. In the off chance it didn't quite catch something the first time, you can click on that item, tell it what it is in terms of the price, and then it has a drop-down menu such as food item, discount, tax, and when you let it know what it is, it then will then include that in all the calculations that it does. Before I get to the dividing up part, which is possibly even the coolest part of this app, I want to also say that in the scanning process, in the picture-taking process, it uses the accelerometer to level the camera so it gets a good angle, and it has indicators for everything that you're doing. So if the lighting's off, it'll give you that option and tell you, hey, it's a little too dim, why don't you turn your flash on? So this thing really walks you through, so it's optimized when you take your scan and walks you through each step of the process, so you never get lost with this app, which is all you can ask for in a really well-designed app, right? So let's go and accept this. I hit accept, and now it's formatting, and now here's another really cool thing that this app does. It then zooms in on the actual items of this check, okay? So instead of just seeing like $3.99, $4.99, or little tiny text all the way across the thing, it shows, okay, here's a burrito, here's a soda, here's a side of rice, here are a couple tacos. Now this is where it gets really slick. So once you have all that, you can, well, first I should say, it gives a list of the patrons, the diners on the left. And by default, it has these animated, like cartoon-looking characters, and there's 21 pre-installed by default. What's cool is you can add as many diners as you want. I added like every single one of their cartoon diners, so there's over 20 in here. And then I took a picture of myself, which is another option. So you can go and just snap a picture of all the people at the table, boom, 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 and then the best part, you start dragging items over. The diner person individual list also connects with your address book. So if you have multiple people in your address book, you can just scroll through your address book and say, oh, I want to add them and them and them, and boom, they start appearing. But like I said, the really cool part is you just click, oh, this person ordered the Coke, let me drag it over. Okay, this person ordered the rice, let me click it and drag it over. Now, if, for example, you're out with a bunch of couples, right? This couple ordered the surf and turf plate, and the husband took the steak, the wife took the lobster, but they ordered different drinks, and so you want to allocate the different individual items appropriately. But that one dish was really split between the two of them. Well, you can go in and drag an item into the split option, and that will then allow you to say, okay, they split this 50-50, or maybe somebody ordered a burger and the other person ate their fries and they wanted to split it, but that's not really a 50-50 split. So you can just tap on the person and give them 2/3 of the bill and the other person 1/3 of the bill. If, for example, you ordered appetizers for the whole dinner table, you can split it and have it divided up evenly amongst all the diners. Once you've gone through and let me drag all these guys over here. Once you've gone through and you've drugged all the items over, and it says, okay, and by the way, it'll let you know when all the items have been accounted for. So if there's leftover items, it won't let you go on to that next page. So once it does, you click accept, and then it gives you the total bill. And it gives you a breakdown of what each person owes, and then it has an optional drop-down list so you can see the itemized list. And then it also includes the tax for each individual person based on the item they ordered. So if somebody ordered a $20 steak and another person ordered a $7 burger, they're not going to be paying the same tax because their items weren't taxed the same, right? That makes sense. And so you're not dividing up, there's $8 in tax, so the 4 people have to owe $2 a piece. No, this is based on exactly what you ordered, which is a fair division of the bill. Where it gets really, again, there's so many really neat features in here. So adding the tip, right? So you click on the tip, and then it gives you a breakdown of like what the percentage of the tip should be if it's not already included in the check in the beginning, which it asks, right? So you can increase it or lower it. 20% is set up by default. And then you can also round the tip. So you can round it so it's an even number. So instead of this person owing $12.38, it could round it to just $12. And then this person's rounded to $8. And so everybody just pays an even amount, which makes it nice and easy. If you're uncomfortable with some person being rounded down and another person being rounded up to make up for the total price of something, you can have everybody round up when appropriate, and give that extra loose change, if you were, to your server for doing a good job, in addition to the 20%. And by the way, it tells you exactly how much that rounding affected the final bill. So it'll tell you, the rounding up charged you 38 cents more. So you're never at a loss for understanding your bill in this. And I think one of the most amazing things about this app is it takes fractions. I want to pay 1/3 of this plate, you pay 2/3. This is going to be taxed at 20%, or I'm sorry, not taxed, tipped at 20%, but I want to round it up and all this stuff. The great thing, the really awesome, amazing thing about this app is it's doing fractions, percentages, big parties, and it's drag and drop simple. You just drag and drop. This person wants to owe this person wants to owe this, and that's it. It doesn't make it difficult. Now, going beyond that, right, I remember I said there was that couple at the table who split the surf and turf. But you wanted to account for her drink separately from his drink, so they each were divided appropriately. Well, they're not going to pay the bill separately, right? So they're probably, one of them is going to pay. One of them is going to whip out their credit card or debit card or whatever, or the cash. You can just drag 2 people together to merge their bill, which is pretty awesome. So now it just automatically combines that couple paying their share, that couple paying their share. So even though you can divide up individual items per individual person at the table, you can lump people together to pay a bill as a group. These 2 people are doing this bill, these 2 people are going to split all of that. So it makes it, again, drag and drop simple for dividing up even the most complex bills in big groups, which makes this app, I think, pretty amazing and well worth the $2.99. And all this simplicity that's built into this app almost makes the scanning and the bill recognition software seem like an afterthought because the rest of it is so fantastic. I did not give this a perfect score, however, and so before I tell you what I gave it, I want to explain why it doesn't have a perfect score. There's really only two flaws out of everything that I've done with this app that I could find. The first one is once I get to the end of a bill, okay, if I wanted to scan a bill the next time I'm out, I have to click back all the way to the beginning, or I have to close the app out completely and then relaunch it. Neither of them are a big deal because you don't drill down very deep, but it would be nice and it wouldn't be more difficult to add a home button to this. So that's one tiny baby knock. And if that was all it was, I probably wouldn't even have knocked this app at all. The second thing, though, is I mentioned that you can access your address book to find out, to add patrons to the check, right, to divide it up. Now, the address book gives you a first name and a headshot, which makes it nice to pull in all the headshots. And by the way, I should mention this is the iPhone 4 and above, and with iOS 6, the latest operating system, you can sync your contacts with your Facebook contacts, and since there's now over 1 billion people on Facebook, most likely you have an account, and if you've synced the two, it'll pull in all those Facebook headshots too, so it makes it easy. The problem I have with that is that you can't scrub down the list, you have to scroll. And my contact list is huge, hundreds and hundreds of people on my contacts list. So if I want to go, for example, and it starts at, alphabetical by first name, so A, right? Excuse me. If I want to go down to somebody like Tom, I gotta scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll before I finally get to Tom. So in that instance, I would like to have that little alphabetical scrub bar on the far right where I can just drag my thing down or touch the T to jump to the T's. But the nice thing is I don't have to even worry about that if I want to just turn around and just say, hey, smile, smile, smile. Or I can do it just, or you can use just the cartoon characters. You don't have to use it. But that was just a little tiny baby sliver knock. And so saying all that, as you can tell, I'm really excited about this app. I think it's one of probably the most innovative apps I've reviewed this year, taking advantage of all sorts of technology, the nice high-resolution camera, the processor, the software, the accelerometer, all sorts of really cool stuff, integrating with your address book. There are so many reasons to love this app. What did I give this? You may be thinking now. Out of 5, I give it a 4.75 out of 5. So without question, without hesitation, if you are an iPhone user, you have a new iPhone, you have a tip bill splitter or whatever, spend $3, $2.99, and this will be your new default bill tip calculator going on in the future. I guarantee it. So check it out. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've used this and what your thoughts are on this app. As I mentioned at the top, the Toke 2012 Food App Awards are now open, accepting nominations. So don't wait. It's free to submit your app. If you are an app developer, go to the Toke website, tokemag.com, and let us know what your app is. And there's a little entry form there to fill out. It takes 2 minutes tops. If you have an app that you love, let that developer know that they could get some recognition with all the other apps out there. It would be nice to separate themselves by getting some little award. So check it out. Again, that's tokemag.com, and I can't wait to do this again soon. Take care, everybody.